Guys, when I talk, say, a lot of these guys, these artists, that they make mistake, a lot of people didn't understand it because, Nigerian music industry, it don't really grow. So we need to really expand more than this. We need to do a lot of things. There was a video I made some years back where I spoke about, Nigerian music industry. Though we got the raw talent, we have a lot of superstars like Burna, Wizkid, Davido, Rema, Thames, Rasta. We get all the Tiwa Savage, them and all those things. But what we don't have is the infrastructure. That is something that is lacking in Nigerian music industry right now. So though we dey export, we dey export talent, superstars, but we know they export our culture alongside it better. That is why we need a world-class studio. I keep saying this, whether you like it or not, time has come for Nigeria to have world-class studio. Why? Because most of these guys like Davido, them Burna Boy, them Wizkid, Rema, and a lot of others, for them to produce piece of beats, for them to produce their songs, most of them they travel out of this country because we don't have adequate studio in Nigeria. We don't have world-class studio in Nigeria. I listened to an interview where I think Femi Kuti really blamed his dad for not doing that when he did make a lot of money those days. He blamed his dad for not building world-class studios, although his dad builds it. So he said that if to say they get all these things, it would have added value to the music culture in Nigeria. That is something I kind of understand about that. These guys are busy buying expensive cars, trying to show off, and then a lot of people they commend them. I know that that is good for their brand, but also they should still look out for the future. They should look out for the future. Some of the things when we need to understand when you talk about how world class studio shortage or no world class studio in Nigeria they affect Nigerian music industry. We need to really understand it from this particular point of view. In terms of sound quality and global standard, this is another thing, another factor we need to actually look into. Many Nigerian songs blew up despite being recorded in a modest studio, like without adequate sound quality and all those kind of things. But because say we get the talent, we they blow up easily. That is something I kind of understand about this whole thing. And international artists, these guys that they work for studio where get cutting edge technologies, designs and all those things, and this will really impact in their production culture and their production value. That is something we need to understand. And another factor where they really they happen to Nigerian music industry as a result of this lack of world standard studio is dependency on foreign studios. A lot of these guys like Burna Boy them, like Whiskey them, then they go London, Los Angeles in US, and South Africa majorly to go record their songs because we not get that tech studios, world class studios. That is what a lot of people are really talking about. And then we got some kind of factor where they really they contribute because the next generation they are limited right now because it's not easy for upcoming artists to blow because you need to actually perfect your sound qualities, package them so that you go feel reach the standard of already established artists like Davido them, like Burna, like them Rema, Thames them, Irasta them. So it becomes very very limiting for them, and then it widens the gap between Afrobeat stars, who can actually afford to go abroad for their music production and also underground talent. So there is a big gap. For you now to cross the gap to the other side, it becomes really, really stressful. That is one thing I got to understand. And then weak infrastructure for global expansion That is really affecting us. I remember that I listened to the video at a particular conference where he spoke about, yes, there is no adequate infrastructure in Nigeria, like performance arenas, world class studios and all those kind of things, so that he just feel happy to perform for his own people for Nigeria, but the facilities to now support them not really dey. A lot of people they shout for Lagos, say this thing. In Lagos, we don't have that world class studio. That is what a lot of people are now saying. So I want you to go and Google world class studio so that you go now understand that yes, true, we need to have this thing. Oh. But the likes of Burna, the likes of Wizkid, Davido, they can just make an impact on this. With like $2 3 million, $5 million, they can get a world-class studio. And when they do them, they go for partner with any other person to really do that. And that will generate a lot of money, because instead of a lot of people to go abroad, go like produce their songs and all those kind of things, they can now really have a place like that in Nigeria. That is what I understand about all of this. And then we are missing economic potentials, like when I say that it's going to generate a lot of money, like people they produce, scoring advertisement jingles and the rest. These guys, most of them, they go abroad, go record them on live sessions. Most of them, they go abroad and all those kinds of things. So although we have moderate studio in Nigeria, but we need to have a standardized world-class studio. That is what it means, and it will create a job and also create a kind of academy for some studio managers, music producers and the rest. Collaboration barriers is also a factor, because now Burna Boy, Wizkid or Thames recording with Drake, Ishiran or Beyonce in Lagos right now, that is a rare thing to actually see, because of this kind of environment and all this kind of thing, the world class studio. That is what we need to actually understand about all of this. So in the whole light, I think Nigeria actually need a world class studio right now. That is something I feel about the music culture in Nigeria. But a lot of people may have their own kind of says around this. A lot of people may disagree with me, but what is your own take about all of this? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section so that we go really understand them together, because for real, we need a world-class studio in Nigeria. We need a world-class studio in Nigeria. So that is something I have to say about this. But because a lot of our artists, and they spend much, because it has raised the cost of producing their songs, to producing their beats and the rest, because of this lack of things. And also, it not really develop the music hub in Nigeria, because right now you see a lot of superstars, they go South Africa, go record their songs, because they have a world standard studio to support them. That is one thing I kind of believe about all of this. Guys, what is your own take about all of this? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section. Do you think these guys, where they buy expensive cars and all these things, they still need to channel their money in having something like that? Because it's going to kind of fetch them a lot of money, revenue and all those things, and that will make them really a kind of they relevant in the music culture also. And also, they can retire into that. It's a business for me. That is something I feel. Even building arena is also a business for me. What is your own take? Before I jump off, I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos, and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon, to always get notifications each time we upload our videos. I love you guys. Keep supporting Afrobeat blog across social media platforms.